Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more Rule of Rose. Last time our chapter ended in a rather unsettling fashion, and well, it's kind of hard to say how the rest of this chapter is going to be going, but we do have a rather nice floral letter here. And from reading it, we see that the small-hearted Princess Amanda, I guess, wants to make up for what she did to us. I'm not actually sure if we should be so quick to forgive, but well, we should at least give her a try. She apparently wants us to meet her where we can see the sky. But just to make our journey a little bit easier, we're going to go ahead and use Brown yet again to pick up on Amanda's scent, and we'll follow that. Also, we're going to go ahead and drop some of these items that we are not going to be needing in this chapter. Hopefully we will find something better than the paring knife in case we do run into any more combat. But with that, it is now time to try and hunt down Amanda. Now we could stop and talk to the two young princes, but they actually won't have anything to say to us. Before we continue through the cargo bay, I actually do want to stop off real quick and talk to the two children in here. The rambunctious young prince here will actually, I guess, give us a little bit of forewarning regarding one of the adults we met earlier, the strict teacher named Mr. Hoffman. Apparently our bad behavior is something to be held over us by one and all. Also, we find the crying young princess that, well, almost stabbed us earlier. She seems to be rather scared of, well, not so much the math, but rather still Mr. Hoffman. He seems to get rather scary when he's mad. Let's just hope we never get Mr. Hoffman's ire up. So we have quite a number of floors to choose from, but I think the best way to get up to the where we can see the sky is to head to the upper floor. And from Brown's actions, we do seem to be in the right place.
I did what I had to tonight. I had no choice. They would have hurt us both, wouldn't they? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. When it's my turn, don't think you have to hold back. Do it like this. And this. And this. And this. Oh, and this. And like this. And this. We're still friends, aren't we? I know we're still friends, Jennifer. Just you.
Certainly quite a show of emotion on Amanda's part. Maybe she was sincerely sorry for shoving that rat in our face. Now, there's nothing really on the middle floor right now, just a save point. So instead, I think we still want to talk a little bit to Amanda. Maybe we can get some more reasoning out of her, or some more answers as to what this whole aristocrat society is all about. Ah, there's Amanda. I wonder what she's sewing. I know, that's actually really nice. I mean, maybe Amanda isn't so bad after all. Or maybe that's still up for debate. Hidden away over here in a corner is another new healing item, the lollipop. it actually heals a reasonable amount of our health, as opposed to the biscuit, which really doesn't heal all that much. And that certainly was rather rude. But with each new chapter, I guess we're to assume that another month has passed, and, well, if we're heading to the gift box, maybe we're going to have to get yet another gift to make sure that we're not murdered. Well, before we check the poster, it seems that the box has been destroyed. I wonder who possibly could have done this. Perhaps it has some connection with the gift we have to get for the month, which, if we look at the poster, I'm not actually sure what that's supposed to be. Is it some type of doll? The poster only refers to it as One Horn Peter. I don't assume it to be one of the children that we haven't met yet. Well, the most we can do right now is just do a little bit of investigating. Maybe if we hunt down Amanda, she'll be actually willing to give us some help this time around. Especially if she wants to be friends. But since we actually finally have access to the library, we can talk to this bespectacled young child. But she really doesn't tell us anything new, nothing that we didn't already know, which was Sir Peter ran away, and it's up to us and Amanda to try to find him. Well, we'll leave her to whatever she's doing with those books. I get a feeling that me and Brown will be enough to find where Sir Peter ran off to. But before we continue on, I do want to look at something in particular in the sick bay. Something that I didn't look at in the previous chapter.
Mr. Bunny is gone.
Well, that's no good. I wonder if it was some animal that Wendy was looking after in that livestock room. But this was what I was meaning to look at in the previous chapter. Over the course of the game, there will be some new pictures here in the sick bay. Just little children's drawings that kind of allude to, well, the vivid imagination of a child. And that must be Mr. Bunny that Wendy was referring to. But if we scan over to the left, we actually see a rather complicated drawing of a gingerbread house. This could very well be the orphanage. We see all the children, we see wonderful sweets everywhere, but rather oddly in the center is something that appears to be a pistol. Or maybe it's just a oddly drawn sweet. It seems to be right next to some candy canes. Kinda hard to say. But with that, it's now time to start our journey in search of Sir Peter. Maybe when we're looking for Sir Peter, we'll actually run across Mr. Bunny. Oh, and it's that other child we saw earlier in the library with the bespectacled child. Not really too much to garner there, but well, maybe we can use the scent of Sir Peter's stink to have Brown follow him. Now we have a number of different pathways we can go, but I get a feeling we're going to find something fairly soon to follow. Is that Mr. Bunny? Come back, Mr. Bunny, we're not going to hurt you. I guess he must have ran into the filth room. It was that strange man we saw earlier that gave us the Cloverfield story from last chapter. I'm not really sure who Joshua is, though. I mean, we're Jennifer. But we definitely don't see Mr. Bunny. But on the floor here we do find a new item. Peter's droppings. I'm not sure if this is some allusion to Peter's fecal matter or something else, but at least it'll give us something to actually get a scent of Peter from. Looks like it's also covering the floor, along with another story. Maybe this will give us a little bit more information on who we're looking for. Yeah, this particular story is especially odd. I don't think we're really looking for a man in a tuxedo with a massive top hat. Well, there's some mention of a toilet, and we did see some bathrooms before. He might be over that way. It's kind of hard to say, I guess. Wait a minute. Mr. Rabbit, come back. Well, I guess while we're looking for Sir Peter, we might as well chase down this rabbit. Especially since it seems like some imps have popped out of nowhere. And You may notice that some of the imps now have what appears to be a rabbit head. As far as I can tell, that doesn't really denote much. They seem to have a minor bit of a health increase, but they don't seem to do any more damage than, well, I guess you would call them the normal-looking imps. We should definitely try to protect Mr. Bunny from these horrible imps. And here we get an upgrade to the paring knife, the kitchen knife. But rather quickly we find ourselves in an ambush, and I'm pretty sure I saw Mr. Bunny run down here. It seems almost like Mr. Bunny is leading us into rather nefarious traps. Thankfully, Brown does have the ability to distract and scare some of these little imps. But when it's 10 against 1, we sometimes will just have to run. But along this passageway, we do find some healing items. And in this little locker area, we find another new healing item, the minced pie. It's actually a bit stronger than the lollipop and way stronger healing than the biscuit. But this is our first circumstance of forced fighting. We cannot actually leave this room until we finish off these enemies. If we do make some attempt, the door will just be shut in our face by that bag-wearing child. And it does show off some of the difficulties that are inherent with combat. As you saw there, while the rabbit was giving us a rabbit hug, the other imps were getting the opportunity to swipe at us with their brooms. Also, as you can see, the knife definitely does not have range. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the pause menu. You can see that red line there is now actually a little bit shorter. That is our life bar. And you can see that the biscuit heals next to no life. That's why they seem to be the most plentiful healing item in the game. But while that imp is distracted, go ahead and knife him in the back. And you'll notice that he actually dropped a very shiny gold knife. This knife is actually not a weapon. It's something that we can exchange later on for something special. But they will always be in the hands of a very particular imp in a chapter. The game is actually full of collectibles, but most of them I've already collected beforehand and will not be showing off. But we have kind of run out of, well, we've kind of lost Mr. Bunny. So maybe we can start looking for Sir Peter. Especially since I think we are right next to the bathrooms. Maybe he finally got the opportunity to relieve himself. Well, we should be polite and knock before opening. But I guess without a proper response, we might as well open it up. And there went the bunny. Do you think that Sir Peter is actually the name of the rabbit? Peter the rabbit is kind of a common folklore name, I suppose, for one. That crafty rabbit just keeps on getting away from us. But before we continue chase, we actually do find our first reasonable weapon of the game. The steel pipe actually has a good range on it. Its one real drawback is just that it's, well, a bit slower than the knife. But the range will definitely help, considering that most of the weapon-wielding imps pretty much always have range on us.
Yes. Why, you little rat, Jennifer? Did you make a mess again? This is unforgivable, you dirty, dirty girl. Oh!
And then with that, say hello to our first boss of the game, Mr. Hoffman. Mr. Hoffman is pretty much our first example of real combat and some of the major faults with combat overall. His invincibility frames are rather hard to see. Most of his attacks will knock us down, and he actually does quite a bit of damage. So it's really a blessing that we got the pipe, and that Brown is doing a reasonable job of distracting him.
Always causing.
And that doesn't mean we are totally safe from danger. We do have a fairly large arena here to fight him in. And about the best we can do is try to lure him out and, well, try to strike him while he's attempting to strike us.
Why, you selfish. Oh!
Sadly, even trying to just get a single hit in sometimes, still manages to get Jennifer knocked onto the ground. And while he's getting up, he is actually totally immune from damage. You can already see here we are taking a reasonable beating from him. Really the best time to attack is when he goes for that large slow swing. Running up behind him and getting a 3-hit combo in usually works. It does make me wonder, though, what caused Mr. Hoffman to become so violent? Well, either way, we do find a warm, almost bloodied-looking bag. Do kind of hope that this isn't that poor little bunny we were seeing before. It still seems like something is moving inside, so it might still be alive. Either way, we should go ahead and take this back. I almost get the feeling that this is the Sir Peter they were wanting as the gift for the month. And as we make our way back to the gift box, we see the very helpful groveling form of Amanda. We sadly can't get past her. And when we talk to her, she apparently wants us to turn over the sack to her. There is actually no way to get past this. We are just left to give her the sack. At least Peter seems to be doing well. He's not dead. And hopefully that means we won't be dead either.
Lower classes like you and me can't go up really close. We have to pray from a distance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aristocrat Club. I wish to thank you for gathering here today.
Jennifer!
May I have your attention? This is a message from the Princess of the Rose. The message reads, Jennifer, your efforts this month deserve special recognition. You managed to find Peter and will be amply rewarded. thus concludes the message from the princess.
Splendid work, Jennifer. You are no longer a wretched peon. Amanda, on the other hand, has been demoted. Amanda. It's time, Jennifer. 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 Jennifer.